Welcome to The Common Fan, your go-to podcast for SEC smack talk, top 25 game day predictions, and fan-first football takes in college or the NFL. Here is your host, Bryce Tillman. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's talk ball.
Yes, sir. Another episode of The Common Fan. What's up, everybody? Little golf claps from y'all. Let's get it. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. So glad to have everybody here. And week 2 of college football is in. But, guys, starting tonight, the NFL kicks off, baby. Let's go. As the time y'all
AJ Brown on my fantasy team. I need about 30.
As the time y'all will hear this, the game will be over. So we're not going to do a prediction on it because the game will have already been played. But Cowboys versus the Eagles, week 1 NFL, and we were back last week, boys, but we're so back now. We are so back. We're so back, guys. So before we get started on today's show, we're going to do a little ad reading, and then Kyle is going to give us a good little spilling on Alabama since he was not able to make that last episode with us, saving lives. So we'll dive into it. Guys, before I start this video, please do us a favor. Like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with all your buddies. Let's get active. We're pumping out 3 shows a week. Let's do it, guys. Okay? It would mean the world to us. Am I right, fellas? Am I right?
That's right. We need to pump up those numbers.
So we thank y'all for the support thus far. Let's continue to grow it. But here we go. This episode of The Common Fan is brought to you by Sharp42.ag, proudly sponsored by Joe Allen. If you're ready to take your college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays to the next level, Sharp 42 has you covered with sharp betting lines and expert predictions, and along with detailed analysis. It's the fastest payouts in the game. Sharp42.ag. Make sure you never miss your chance to win big. Thank you, Joe Allen, for making this possible and for supporting fans like us who live and breathe football. So don't just watch the games. Get in on the action. Visit sharp42.ag today and bet smarter with the best. All right, Kyle, before we get into the week 2 breakdowns, buddy, the floor is yours. Let's talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide. Cam and I have already gave our thoughts on it, how we feel about this program, and the state that it's in. We just need to let you have it from here.
Well, I mean, I think y'all know, right? Y'all know I'm probably the one that's right there with y'all. I'm not happy with them. I agree with what Nick Saban said, right? It's week 1. This is when you figure out who your team is, what your team has, and you go from there. But there's a lot to be upset with during that game. There was a little bit to be happy with. I wasn't just too terribly upset with Ty Simpson's play. We talked about the stat of he had 8 drops, right? Drops that hit the receivers in the hand, the right read, and they just flat out dropped it. Ryan Williams had 3 of them. If you add that to his stats, he had a pretty solid day. Just adding that, I mean, it's 73% completion percentage. So I'm not upset with that. I don't like him being, antsy in the pocket. He needs to learn to sit there a little bit longer or hit his first read versus waiting for his third read to go and make a big play. Take what the defense gives him. That we talked about that a couple weeks ago when we, started this thing. He didn't do that. He didn't take what the defense gave him. I like how he is getting out of the pocket, but he cannot throw on the run. So I'm hoping Grubb and Sheridan are really hammering that this week because that was pitiful. Again, they're making the right decision on who he's throwing to, but he's throwing it in the dirt. So like you're a former 5-star, you're a D1 guy, you're playing for Bama. Let's make those throws, right? Jeremy Bernard loved every bit of that. He kind of upheld that Bama standard receiver. He was just all over the place. Defense. I don't even want to go there because that was pitiful. When's the last time you saw Bama O-line and D-line get pushed around? Not we didn't get any pressure. No, they got pushed around. So that was very upsetting. Justin Jefferson got lit up by a freaking tight end. Pancake, dude, on his back. You're up for the Butkus Award. Like, come on, guy, get it together. there was just a lot there to not be happy with. There was 8 drives that they went inside of Florida State's 40-yard line. They walked away with points, 3 of them. If you add 5 field goals, it's 15 points. Now it's 32-34, 32-31. You know, one way to look at that, but it is what it is. Week 2, I want to see a 60-point blowout. It made me happy, made me feel a little better, but not gonna hold my breath.
Yeah, I mean, Cameron, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I want to ask you. Now, there's been a couple days. It's kind of, we're moving on to next week, but
yep.
I want to know if you agree with what AJ McCarron has went out and said with 2 things. So one,
yep,
their roster doesn't have the money that a lot of other NIL programs do.
Yeah,
but they have the second highest talent in the league, in the nation on that roster. So that was my only thing. I didn't know. I mean, if anybody can say it, AJ McCarron can say it because he's proven himself. And with Ryan Williams, I know Ryan had some backlash against him, but he said, Ryan, you're not big, you're not strong, you're not super fast, you haven't gained all this stuff since last year, so you're not going pro after your one showing last year.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Williams clapped back and said, "Stay there,
stay there." Well, and we talked about that at the beginning, and here's the thing: AJ McCarron was on the sideline. He was there, right? He was there the whole time. He felt the energy on the sidelines. He watched everything. AJ McCarron did what, 8 years in the league? The dude knows ball. He knows what he's talking about. He played an elite level when he was at Bama.
2-time national champion.
Yeah, 2-time national champion. So he knows what he's talking about. I love the fire from him, but I mean, maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to fire him up and tell him, like, hey, you look terrible.
I think that he is lighting fire in there saying, as an Alabama alumnus, y'all suck. Like, do better. I think that's what he's doing.
I hope so. I want to see Kevin Riley getting 30 touches this game.
I'm not going to touch on it too long. I mean, y'all, we kind of all had our piece on it, and we got to get into week 2. But I want to clap back on just one thing real quick. The Alabama doesn't have NIL deals, the NIL money that other teams does. That's a lie, fella. I'm telling you, bottom line, that's a lie. You mean to tell me Alabama ain't got more? They don't have more money than Tallahassee? Come on. I don't want to hear that. Florida State does not have more money than Alabama. I don't want to hear it. Georgia and Alabama and LSU are the front runners of the SEC, and they've got more money than anybody else in this country besides Texas. I was going to say besides Texas. Texas is in a bracket by themselves. Okay? They've got more money than anybody else. Texas Tech, Texas A&M. The state of Texas has money. I'm not buying that Alabama don't have the NIL deals, but we've always heard the GOAT, Nick Saban, say that you can buy as many players as you want. If they're not the right ones, you're not going to win shit. So let's just
here's my thing. Here's my thing. The boosters have the money, but do they believe in DeBoer enough to spend it?
That ain't what AJ said. That ain't what AJ said. So anyway, guys, another school that has money? AJ McCarron said that Alabama don't have the money for the NIL to compete with other schools. That's not true.
They got it. I don't agree with them.
It'd be like Brian Kelly. They could be like Brian Kelly and not go into the portal and spend it. I mean, I feel like they got so much talent from high school ranks. I mean, they're second in the nation in high school talent. So
y'all want to know two teams that do have money? Oklahoma and
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
Michigan. There we go.
Michigan just bought a national championship, buddy. They just bought a national championship and said, we don't care. We'll pay it.
Yep.
So Oklahoma and Michigan, a week 2 matchup. You got John Mateer versus Bryce Underwood. Guys, this is a great game for week 2 because it proves either 2 things or both, depending on what the score is. John Mateer's the real deal in the SEC, or Bryce Underwood is the real deal in the Big Ten, and it will prove one or two or both of them, right? It's not an SEC versus SEC matchup. I get it. But this is two well-respected programs going at it in week 2. And I want to get y'all's thoughts on it before you give a prediction on this game. Tell me how y'all feel about each of these quarterbacks, because that's going to be the easiest way to break these games down.
I'll start since John Mateer is my boy. I've been talking about him since preseason. Y'all been hyping me up. But anyways, I seen John Mateer's leading the SEC in passing yards. He threw very well last week, but he wasn't perfect, which nobody was. I mean, that was week 1. Nobody was perfect. But what I'll say to that is that they did not – what?
He was 30 of 37.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I just actually looked at that myself.
81% completion rate, 392 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he had an interception. But he had 1 sack, which is a lot better than what Jackson Arnold had there last year.
Yeah.
In 1 game. So, improvement. But here's a problem. They did not establish a run game.
Yep.
Well, here's my thought on that. Michigan has the package. They're balanced.
Yep.
So, if they can establish a run game up front, and Bryce Underwood able to create that downfield elite passes there, I feel like it could be a ball game. Now, I don't want to hang John Mateer's life on this game because that's a big roster he's going against in Michigan. So it's kind of like Texas and Oklahoma there. I mean, this is right there with it. So.
But do you think if you can't beat Michigan, then you'll survive their gauntlet of a schedule they have in the SEC? Because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think Oklahoma has a better roster overall than Michigan, and some people can call me crazy on that. That's fine. But I also don't want to put a lot of weight on week 2, like you said. But if you're not – I mean, guys, y'all said the same thing about Auburn, right, with Baylor? Like, if you're not beating Baylor, I don't see 7 more wins on your schedule, or I don't see 8 wins on your schedule. I'm kind of like Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I agree. We're talking about Michigan though. Like, nothing against Auburn or Baylor, but Baylor's not Michigan. We didn't think Auburn was like Oklahoma. We thought Auburn was a little bit better than Oklahoma. I agree with the Auburn and Oklahoma, but Baylor's not Michigan. So if they don't beat Michigan, if it's a close game, I could see them still having a good run in the SEC. But there's a lot of factors that go into that. Justice Haynes with Michigan, talking about establishing a run, rushed for 159 yards. Yeah. He never did that at Alabama. So not saying that he wasn't good at Alabama. That's saying that we didn't utilize him like he was supposed to have been. I liked what I saw from Bryce Underwood as a true freshman in his first game.
Yes.
I mean, he made some good reads. He was flying around. Hand off to Justice Haynes on the goal line. He runs and lead blocks. He's proven his $3 million right there a year. But I'm ready to see him against Oklahoma. That's a lot better talent than what he just played. I'm ready to see it. I think if Oklahoma doesn't beat them, I don't know. They should still be okay, but it is still a gauntlet. They're going to have to fight for it.
Yeah. And look, Cameron, to your point here, we're talking about Bryce Underwood, John Mateer, right? 21 for 31, just like Kyle said, for 251, no interceptions. They were sacked twice against New Mexico. So I'm curious to see. Yeah, I'm curious to see how Oklahoma's their defense is elite. Their elite defense goes against this Michigan team who also has an elite defense that'll be going against John Mateer. Sherrod Moore come out back in the summer before fall camp started. He said we literally have 11 defensive linemen that could start anywhere in this country. Now, I don't know if I believe that. Maybe he means collectively the whole group could start somewhere else in a Power 4 school. But that is worth noting, and they cycled out a lot. What I seen week 1, but. This is where Oklahoma has the edge. You're facing Bryce Underwood, this true freshman, in week 2 of his college career. It's a lot better situation than end of season. Maybe Michigan's got some momentum and they go on to fight play Ohio State, and that's always a fight, right? So I like Oklahoma in this game. It will be a good test for Mateer. It'll be a good test for Bryce Underwood. At the end of the day, it ultimately boils down to which quarterback will make the smarter decisions, the better reads. And as of right now, anybody in this country, besides probably a Michigan fan, would say that John Mateer is most likely to make the better decisions in this game. Give me Oklahoma in this game, but don't give me letting them cover the spread. I like a field goal game, and I'm thinking 31-28.
100%. Well said.
I'm waiting on that. So I'm the same way. So it's in Norman. It's college game day, and it's going to be similar to the Red River rivalry. It's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be really hyped up, and I think that the experience with John Mateer going up against the pressure that Bryce Underwood will have on him, I mean, just like today, they come out with a poll Josh Pate did that if Alabama was to play Ohio State again right now,
Florida
State right now on a neutral field, that Alabama would still have they would still be favored because of the location, the roster. So I feel like that's going to play a big factor in this is the location and the experience there. So I'm going to take Oklahoma, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a 24-21 type game.
Okay, I can see that.
Got a defense.
I'm thinking that the only reason why my predictions was that high on the scoring is I'm thinking somewhere one of these teams are going to score on a defensive turnover. Maybe like a scoop and score or a pick six or something like that. That's kind of where I'm getting with that, but I could be wrong on it.
I just feel like, man, Michigan, they got the money. They're just, second in the Big Ten up there or whatever, Big 12. Was it Big 10 or Big 12?
It's Big Ten, but I would like to say that they got the same. They got money, dog. Like they're right there with Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. But the only thing is, I don't feel like Oklahoma's defense is quite as good as Michigan's. But I feel like the experience with Mateer.
I'd have to see it if they play
ball.
against
Michigan's got some dogs. Yeah. So, but I'm still taking Mateer. I've been hyping up Mateer. I'm not backing out now. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be very hyped up. College game day. Give me Oklahoma.
I don't care who you play. 30 of 37 is insane.
Yeah.
So I like Mateer just off of that game. Obviously, I want to see him a little more with some harder games. Obviously, if he goes in there and balls out against Michigan, then I'll be bought in pretty good on him. But I like Oklahoma in this one. If Michigan's defense shows up, it's gonna be close.
Yes.
What's your score, Kyle? What's your score on that?
I like the low scoring aspect of it. I think there's gonna be some field goals there, maybe 21-17, maybe that 24-21. It's not gonna be a blowout. I don't think so.
3-point game. 3-point game for sure.
I mean, hey, look, you see, I took away the one star from my game because I'm wrong on my predictions.
No, we're all within 3 points. We just think it's going to be different scores, so that's cool. I'm good with that. We all know that both of these teams are respectable here. So one little quick stat, real quick, before we move on to the next game. Michigan's defense nationally last year in 2024 season was ranked number 10 in the country.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma's defense was number 19.
So pretty good.
Pretty close, right? They're both top 25 defenses. I was a little shocked when Cameron said that. I thought that Michigan's defense was a little bit better, but I wanted to verify that. But that was 24, right? I haven't compared 25 returning production and stuff. To my knowledge, Michigan and Oklahoma returned a lot of production on defense. So good game. I'm ready to watch it. It's the game of the weekend, in my opinion. So we've all got Oklahoma winning by 3 points. And it's up to the viewers to decide if they want to take the over and under on it because we're a little bit mixed there. All right. Well, the next game of the weekend is USF versus Florida. And, boys, USF put an absolute spanking on Boise State week 1, a top 25 team, and just beat them 34-10. I mean, just took their lunch money took their sandwich out of their backpack that their mom made them, said, I'm going to eat it right here in front of you. You're not going to do anything about it. And that's what they did and got away with it and took that dub. But you're playing an SEC team, a team that I had a little bit higher expectations on than y'all. But the Florida Gators, I think that Byron Brown, the quarterback for USF, I don't think that what he brings to the table is any different than what the Florida Gators practice against every day during spring training, during fall camp. You know, say what people want to about Lagway being unhealthy most of the time. They know his game, and I think Byron Brown kind of resembles that. The difference between DJ Lagway and Byron Brown is DJ Lagway can throw the football. Byron Brown can't. He's a running back in the quarterback position. I like Florida to win this game, but the more I look at it, I don't know if they'll cover the spread. I don't know if they'll cover that 14-point spread. I think, is that what it was? It was 19.
17 and a half now.
Yeah, I'm definitely not with that. I like Florida to win this game. Give me 34-21. Be 13 points. I see this game going that way. 34-21.
I do like Byron Brown. Fourth year in the system, right? I think, what is it? Yeah, he's been a starter for 3 years. Obviously, he's doing something right there. He played Bama 2 years in a row, really solid, almost beat him the year that Bama won the SEC championship. You know, he's known to play hard. I do think they're gonna play Florida hard. This is the year that the Florida teams are good. And you know, obviously those coaching staff's gonna want to get a dub at Florida. You know what I'm saying? They're another Florida team. I like the coaching staff over there, right? The head coach come from Tennessee. Their defense is usually pretty solid. They have some good plays. Mix it up, make it tough. But I don't know. I think Florida definitely wins. 17.5 points is a lot. But we also saw what happened at the end of the game last year against Bama. It was 21-14 going into fourth quarter. Then they got winded, didn't have the depth. Bama run away in the fourth quarter. So I don't know. I'm torn.
Are you thinking that Florida's going to do that, or give us a score prediction? What do you think?
It's tough. I think it's a two-score game for sure. You know, I like the 38-21, or not 38-21. What'd you say? 34-21. I could see 38-24. I could see 38. I could see both. I could see a really tight game. But again, do they have the depth to run it 4 quarters? And if they don't, then that's where Florida gets that separation. Maybe takes it maybe 3 scores.
I could see Florida being up 34-7 in the fourth quarter. Lagway comes out. A lot of the starters come out, right? And then they get 2 garbage time touchdowns to bring them back right there. As crazy as that sounds, it's kind of how I'm feeling. Cam, what you got on it?
All right. So Alex Golish is the head coach there. He's a Tennessee guy. He has changed USF around. And I want to give a shout-out to them Florida teams, though. They got, Miami, USF, Florida Gators, Florida State. Hey, they got some dogs there. They playing ball this year. So they're doing good. But so the only thing is Florida, they played a high school team last week, Long Island. I've never even heard of them. They didn't score a touchdown. They didn't score at all. I think DJ Lagway played maybe 2 quarters. I don't remember I didn't watch the game, but I know for a fact that the backup quarterback has more stats than Lagway. I know that for a fact. So with that being said, total defense, Florida's coming in second right now. They allowed 86 yards against that team, but it's a high school team. So USF played a top 25 Boise State team. Now, was they as good as last year? No, but they were a better quality team all the way around and still hung, 56 points on them? Something like that? Something crazy? So
34. Hey, and that's a veteran quarterback in Boise State.
Yeah.
Boise State had a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't quite 50, but a lot of points on them. And USF can score. They're going to be fast. They're not going to be as big, but they're going to be fast. And
they're going to play hard.
They're going to play hard because they don't have nothing to lose, right? They're just kind of ball out. And I have a lot of faith in Golish, but I don't
say
think
it. Okay.
I don't think they beat Florida. But I'm gonna tell you, this will be a scary game all the way to the end because Napier is known to keep games like within striking distance. That's what he's known for.
He loves it.
I loves it.
He loves it.
I think this is gonna be a better game than a lot of people expect, but I see it being at most a 10-point game, like a 34-24, something like that.
We're all there.
37-27.
We're right around it. Now,
we're trying.
I want to see if Florida loses this game.
Go ahead.
If Florida loses this game, I want to see social media blow up like they did on Bama this week. If not, I will delete everything. I'm so over it.
Different standards there, dog. Different standards.
Yeah. So, it is.
We're basically telling
Florida State 2 years ago almost won the Natty.
We're basically telling all the viewers to take Florida in this game and either pick the money line or either buy the line down to 13.5. Do somewhere in there. Do something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't bet the house.
We don't feel confident in them covering the spread. But Cameron, you was talking about Florida playing Long Island, a high school team. There's also another matchup this weekend of two high school teams, Arizona State and Mississippi State. So
Arizona State by 12.
Arizona State comes to Mississippi State to play in Stark Vegas. Cameron, I'm gonna let you just give out some stats. What is happening? My screen just went blank, guys. Are y'all there?
So,
okay, sorry, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Mississippi State. Shapen had a good week last week. I think he went 26 for 33, 270 yards. He did throw a pick. Was a bad choice. He knew it was a bad choice. He wanted it back, but he played all around well. Now I will say my predictions with that running game was real. That's some dogs.
Yeah.
Puff Bothwell, Devon Booth. Hey, they put on a clinic second half. Huge line. I mean, those guys are. I had some friends at the game. They said that our linemen were towering their people. So I feel really good about the running game. Now Arizona State, they're not as good as last year. I watched their game. They played. It was like North Arizona something. It wasn't a big team by no means, but they kept the game pretty close. They wasn't as good as last year, but the only thing is that quarterback, Sam Levitt, he's got some wheels. I mean, he was basically their Jackson Arnold. He made plays, touchdown runs just with his feet. Now, I don't see him being able to do that against State. I feel like our defense has improved dramatically from last year. I feel like with them coming to Starkville, by the way, I know everybody's seen the videos out there. Them buying the little wedding bells that they use for cowbells. Terrible. So it's gonna be quite a lot louder than that there. But also Dillingham's been taking some shots at State, talking about he can't find a hotel within an hour and a half from the stadium, small town. His players can't eat there because they have sensitive stomachs and they have to have better quality food. What else did he say?
I would not have said that.
Yeah, he said that. He said there wasn't a hotel in the.
I would not have said that. If I was
I know.
I would not have told the world that.
He also included that where they could stay, they wouldn't stay there because there was casinos there. And Kyle, have you ever seen a casino in Starkville, Mississippi? It doesn't exist, right? So I liked when Brandon Walker called him out on the video. Like there was
he backpedaled. He was like he backpedaled. He was like,
yeah.
I was giving you people some respect. He was like, that was giving you guys respect. No, you was dogging us out, and then people called you out on it. Now you scared you with your head busted. So
yeah, he was like, your fans, y'all have so many fans, and that look, guys, save it, whatever.
He's soft.
Look, I like Mississippi State in this game. I know Sam Levitt is a good quarterback. I will not take that away from him. He is an NFL prospect. You know, he's not a first rounder, probably not a second rounder, but I do think that he will make it to the league. He put up 257 yards in the air, 73 yards rushing. I'm with you, Cameron. I don't think that he can do this on the ground and have that run game effective with Mississippi State's defense that they've got. It's at Starkville, and I like this. And look, this is my prediction for this game. I think Arizona State's going to get up. I think they're going to get up early, probably not by a lot, probably by about 13, 14 points, somewhere in there. I think Mississippi State claws their way back in it. I think they get it there at the end on towards end of regulation, gets it tied up, and I think Mississippi State wins this game in overtime. I'm calling it now.
Oh, I like that.
I got Mississippi State win this game by a field goal in overtime, and it's probably going to be somewhere around the 34-31 range. That's my prediction on this game. I like Mississippi State covering in overtime 34-31.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight Mississippi State money line.
Yeah. So did y'all see the money or the spread on this? Started out at 7 points. It's now to 6.5. So you're telling me a top 12 team is only favored by 6 points coming into 6.5 points into an SEC game? That tells me that Vegas knows it's going to be a good game. So with that being said, our secondary was the best part of our defense last week. That's really all that Sam Levitt's going to have. I feel like they're going to use Isaac Smith as a spy guy on Sam Levitt. He's fast and he can tackle him in the open field. So I feel good about the defense against them. I think it's actually going to be better than that. I think Mississippi State's going to hit the ground hard with the run game, then open up some deep passes. I think it's going to be a 31-21 win for Mississippi State in regulation, baby. Boom!
Hey,
Right down.
Hey, okay.
Okay. All right, dog. Let's get it. But
also
Buffalo's going to be the leader of the Russian?
Yes, sir. 2 touchdowns last week, baby. Hey, 4.8 yards a carry. But, hey, let me say this one thing. Our kicker, Kyle Ferry, broke the Mississippi State record that has been held for 40 years for 55-yard field goal and broke the record in Southern Miss Stadium for that field. So, we got a good kicker.
How far was it?
55 yards. Yes, left-footed kicker.
Man, I could have sworn I seen Southern Miss kick a field goal further than that one time in the Conference USA Championship against Houston.
55 yards, broke the record for Southern Miss Stadium, and broke the record that was held for 54 yards 40 years ago. So
congratulations. Hey, we'll take them dubs, baby.
Yeah, we'll take it, baby.
Kyle, what's your prediction on that game real quick?
So, I want State to win. I want I want them to win, but it is a top 12 team, so I'm not going to be surprised if they don't. I do want State to win, though, and I'm pulling for them. I like Bryce's take. I like the last second, maybe even in overtime, but I'm not going to be surprised if they don't. So, if I was betting this game, I would probably bet the points versus betting the money line. But again, I'm not going to be surprised if they don't win, but I would like to see them win. I think they can do it for sure.
This is going to be, and Lebby knows it. So there's a lot riding on this game. This is Lebby's game to show everybody that he's turning around.
I agree.
We're not going to have many wins in conference. We know that. Maybe one, if that. Hopefully get to 2. But if he can win this game and drive momentum into that team, then maybe we get to that bowl eligibility. And that's what's riding. We get to bowl eligibility, everybody be like, okay, Lebby is doing his thing. And Lebby knows that. So I think he's going to pull out all the stops. You're going to see reverses. You're going to see trick plays. They're probably going to go for it on 4th down. I mean, I think it's going to be aggressive.
Well, Cameron, you was touching on Mississippi State's kicker, deviating away from that to another SEC game. Missouri versus Kansas. And Missouri's kicker, week 1, is out for the year with an injury, and he was their long distance in place kicker. And I think that matchup between Missouri and Kansas, this is huge for Kansas, and this definitely hurts Missouri because I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what a lot of people think. You know, a lot of people thinking Missouri is going to walk away with this one. I'm not sold on that yet. Bo Perbula done great, had a good game. He really showed what he could do with his legs as well. and had a good ball behind his, throwing the ball and stuff. But when I look at Jalen Daniels, right, 36 for 45, 456 yards, 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. They've only given up 1 sack. Kansas
he's elite
is on
in
the
pocket.
up. Kansas is on the rise, y'all, and I don't know if Missouri is yet. It wouldn't shock, like Kyle just said, it would not shock me if Missouri won this game, but I know what I've seen from Kansas, and I know what Missouri lost on that place kicker. I kind of like Kansas winning this game, man, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a scoring game. I'm thinking somewhere, again, I like to stay between that 30-28 range, but I'm going to go different. I think Kansas pulls this game out, and it's going to be high scoring. I like 34-31 Kansas.
Ooh, that was close to what I was thinking. Look, that kicker going down, I think it's going to be a major hit for Missouri. I think because they brought in a new kicker from Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. Never even heard of him, almost like a JUCO. But first
they're on
time
Green County schedule this year. That team's on Green County schedule.
Yeah. So anyways, Drink brought him in, and I feel like this is going to be get every point you can get kind of game. So I'm thinking maybe them field goals, they get down there and scoring range, they're not going to go for it. They're going to try to get points.
I think they go for it, Cam. I think
kind of like Bama did against Florida State.
I think Eli goes for it. I think that he knows.
He's got to. He's got to now because this kicker. But I'm saying with Kansas, they're not. They're getting points.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're getting
SEC.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to respond fast every single time.
Jalen.
So I've been talking about Jalen Daniels since preseason too, Bryce. Remember I was telling
you have been hyping that dude up. You have been hyping that dude up.
But it is the SEC, baby. It's the SEC. It drinks the real dog. But give me Kansas, baby. They're going to take it all the way.
Let's go.
34.
I like Kansas.
34-28.
34-28. Hey, we're there. We're neck and neck. Kyle, keep it rolling, baby. What we got? We got here?
I like Jalen Daniels. I like watching him in the pocket. I like how when he feels pressure, he kind of senses it. He's getting out. He's getting 6 to 10, maybe even more. He's got some good downfield passes, got a lot of good touch. I've seen some great throws. Obviously, they're not playing anybody really phenomenal, but he's playing, he's balling. 36 of 45 is silly. Yeah. He's got 9 incompletions and 7 touchdowns. He's got it's crazy. If Missouri does go down and score, I think you'll see a pretty quick turnaround, right? 2-3 minute drive, touchdown score, check, right? Checkmate, your turn. I like Kansas. I like going for the underdog on this one. I want to see Kansas win it. I'm not crazy about Missouri.
Missouri's defense did not really impress me, though.
No. Give me 42-38 Kansas.
If Kansas scores 42 points on Missouri, they won't be bowl eligible this year.
That's a good point. It's very possible.
That's a good point.
They're not going to. Hey, look.
I see Missouri as being a state trap game.
No, you said that. And I'm not going to disagree with that. Look, hey, that high scoring, them quick drives like you're talking about, Kyle, that's Big 12 football, son. And that last thing Missouri wants to do is get into that battle with a hot Kansas right now. Or it could get ugly. It could get ugly. Look, last game of the SEC that we'll cover real quick. Ole Miss versus Kentucky, guys. And look, I know everybody's got Ole Miss winning this game. I'm not saying that I don't, but this is what I do know. And y'all can fact check me on this because I know I'm right. The last 4 years in a row, Kentucky has beat Ole Miss last year, and the 3 years previous to that, Lane Kiffin only beat Kentucky by 1 touchdown. It has been a one possession game or less or win for Kentucky in the last 4 years. Guys, if Ole Miss wants to have any hope this season into making it to that 7 or 8 win mark, they've got to beat Kentucky Saturday. I like Austin Simmons. I think he was pretty decent. I don't think that he was no superstar. Against Georgia State, he was only 20 for 31. He did have 341 yards. threw two interceptions. 2 interceptions against Georgia State.
Young quarterback.
Apples and oranges, right? Georgia State, maybe Kentucky. I don't know. I mean, I watched Georgia State beat Vanderbilt first game of the season last year. So, Georgia State is not no pushover. I know Kentucky struggled with Toledo, but guys, a lot of predictions this year have Toledo being the group of 5 team, making it to the playoffs. I've seen that in multiple outlets. Toledo beat Mississippi State last year. Let's not forget, right? So that's a respectable program in the group of 5. But when I look at this game, Zach Calzada only had like 10 completions. Like, he was not good. He's 40 years old out there, and he's still trying to play college football. Him and TJ Finley, bro, LIG it. Let it go. Let it go.
Hey, you see what Lane said? You see what Lane Kiffin said? He took a shot at Zach Calzada and said they got like a Joe Flacco in there now because he's got like 9,000 yards on 10 years or something like that.
Look, I like Ole Miss to win this game. I think they got to. And people can call me crazy. If you don't win this game and you don't beat Kentucky, Ole Miss going to start having some talks too. They're going to start having some coaching talks. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
they might swap. They might swap DeBoer and Saban.
Odd timing, right?
Kyle, would you take that? Would you take that right now?
Kiffin?
Would you take Kiffin over DeBoer?
Oh, he froze. He's faking it. He's faking freezing, so he don't have to answer.
He is mute. He is mute. Hey, look, give me Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss winning this game 28-17. Give me Ole Miss winning this game 28-17. Hey, okay, we're just
asking.
I don't know what happened.
Kyle, would you take Kiffin over DeBoer right now as the head coach of Alabama?
Right now, at this point in time, no.
Now, like
not in the middle of the season.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
If he goes 7-5, if he goes 8-4, if he has more games like he did, where it's a clear as day culture problem, coaching is soft. Yes, give me Lane, but I don't know. I'm optimistic. I want him to get 3 years. Give him a little bit of time. But if he goes 7-5, absolutely not. Get him out. Go get.
I still think that if Kalen DeBoer goes 8-4, give him one more year. If he goes 7-5, you got to evaluate the 7 wins and look at who the 5 losses were, and really dig in it, and maybe make some coordinator changes. But you got to understand, like, it does take. It's 3 years is what it takes, right? I mean,
I think the problem right now is Womack. Womack he hasn't his 5 losses. All 5 losses had crazy high rushing yards. So I think that's the problem. He needs a little check. Did y'all see the odds already come out for next year's coach for Alabama? Did you see who was at the very bottom?
Yeah, John Summerall.
D'Amico Ryans.
Oh, D'Amico Ryans.
Give it to him.
Real quick before we get carried out left field. Give me your prediction for Ole Miss and Kentucky.
I think Ole Miss wins it pretty good. I think they put up 63 points against Georgia State. Again, we're not taking away. Georgia State is, not as good as Kentucky, sort of say, but they put up 63 points. That's a lot. That's a high power offense. Give me 24-17 Ole Miss. 24-17 Ole Miss.
Dang, I'm gonna go higher than that.
That's not high scoring, dog.
No, I'm gonna go higher than that.
No, I don't think it is. They didn't high score last year.
No,
but so here's my take on it. Austin Simmons is not much of a runner. He can run. He's athletic, but he's not Jackson Dart. He's not lowering his shoulder. He's sliding, and that's what he did last week.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like contact, and he's going to throw. And I think that they have the weapons to throw with Austin Simmons. Yeah, but you got to remember, Kentucky's loss is what put Ole Miss out of the playoffs last year. So I think Lane is going up there to embarrass Kentucky. I think he's going up there and hanging 49-21 at most for Kentucky.
Yeah, very well could. Very well could. The numbers for me, like predicting the score of the game, is a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of out of the picture, right? I just think Ole Miss is going to win.
Yeah.
I may even be safe to say they do win 2 scores or 3 scores. But you never know.
The spread
Played them hard last year with a better offense.
It was only 10.5 points for this game as the spread, which I had 28-17. Is it 8.5? It's moved on down.
It's 8.5 now.
Well,
what?
Let y'all know people are betting on Kentucky.
Yup.
They betting on Kentucky. Look, I got Ole Miss 28-17. I think that, Lane Kiffin can get mad all he wants to. Kentucky plays them hard, and it's been like that for the past 4 years. Until I see something different, I'm not going to just say Ole Miss will run away with it. I like it to be 28-17. Kyle, you're kind of right there, and Cameron, you're saying that Ole Miss will take that leap and get over that hump. And if they do, then we might have a different, opinion on Ole Miss, and what they'll do this season, maybe depending on how they look this Saturday. So, but yeah, hey, that's it. That's all we got for really that we want to break down for the SEC in the top 25 this weekend. It's been another episode. Thank y'all, Kyle and Cameron, for jumping on. We really appreciate it. Again, guys, one more time, if you would, please like the video. Please subscribe. Let's grow this page. Share it to all you people. Kyle said he wants to shout out his insurance company. I'm not doing that until he starts sponsoring the show. But anyway, he can get an ad reading like Sharp 45. So, all right. Well, thank y'all so much, guys. This has been an episode of The Common Fan.
You've been listening to The Common Fan. See y'all next time. Same tailgate.